In this video, we are going to see how to send emails via Gmail for new Salesmate deals. So let's say that you are using Salesmate as a CRM, and every time a new deal is created here, then the information of this deal should be sent either to you or the admin via Gmail. Right? Now, how would you do that? For this, you will have to set up some integration between the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Salesmate and your action application would be Gmail. Now, how can you do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two tabs, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab, sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks to explore this particular application. Now I'm going to click on sign in as I am already a user over here. And here we have reached the all apps page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab, create workflow. Let's click on this. And another dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time a deal is created in Salesmate account, then automatically a Gmail should be sent to the admin informing him or her that a new deal has been created. So I'm going to name it as send emails via Gmail for new Salesmate deals. Now let's click on create. And here we have reached another window which has got two extremely significant events. One is trigger, another one is action. Now the trigger and action, so these are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, and action is do this. Action here is the response of our trigger application. So now here my trigger application would be Salesmate. Let's click on this and the trigger event. So this is the event that will make this workflow start. So here I'm going to choose new deal. So every time a new deal would be created in Salesmate, then only this workflow will trigger. Now here you can also see that this trigger will instantly capture new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. Basically, it has no polling time. Now here you can see that we have received a webhook URL. So this is going to act as a bridge between Pabbly Connect and Salesmate, so that once we have created a new deal in Salesmate, then Pabbly Connect would be able to capture that response. So now how do I set up this connection? For this we have to follow this help desk, and let me show you how exactly we have to do this. Let's copy this URL. Now I have already logged into my Salesmate account. I'm going to take you there. So this is my Salesmate account, the dashboard. Here we have to go to the profile icon. Let's click on this. Then we have to go to setup. Once we are here, let's scroll down, and here you will see workflow management under sales automation. Let's click on this. Now again on the right hand side, you can see a tab, new rule. Let's click on this, and here we have to fill in this information. So what is the module? Here I have to create a new deal. So let me select this. Now the rule name, let's say it is a demo deal. Now the description, I'm just going to write test description. When you are creating a deal, you can describe or write the description as per your wish. Now let's click on next. The next thing here is we have to select the action based on which the rule will be executed. So here we have selected create. So this executes the workflow rule when a record is created in the above selected module. So now as I come down, let's click on next. And here the rule criteria. So I do not want to put any rules right now. I'm going to click on next. Now here the actions. So under actions, we are going to go to call webhooks, and here you can see add. So let's click on this icon, and then here we have to fill in the information. So we have to name our webhook. So I'm going to name it as demo webhook. Now you have to choose the method as post, and here you have to paste the URL that we have just received through Pabbly Connect. Here it is. I'm going to copy this once again and paste it over here. Now comes the body. So here you have to select form data. And here we have the key and value. So if I take you to Pabbly Connect, it is written that we have to provide the relevant key name and corresponding value. Now this corresponding key can be set by clicking the search icon and select the value from drop down. So basically what it is saying is that in this particular workflow, we would be able to customize the response that we are getting. So here let's say that I'm going to click on the search button. So I wish to have the title of the deal. And I'm going to write here title. Once I've captured the title, then what do I want? I'm going to select, let's say, the owner. So I also need the owner of this particular deal. Then the third thing that I need here is the status or the source. You can select whatever you wish to. So I'm selecting the source, and here I will write source. This is the title. Then I also need to add the deal value. So I'm going to find value. Here it is. So I'm going to write value. The next thing that I need here is, this time I need the contact details of my client. So I'm going to go to contact, and here I'm going to look for name. So here it is. And then I also need, let's say, the email address. So I'm going to look for email. Here it is. So I'm going to write here name. And here I'm going to write client's email. So this is the information that I require: title, owner, source. You can add as much information as you want by clicking on this tab. So this is just a test case. So I'm going to take this much information and I'm going to click on save. Once you have saved this, let's click here on save. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, here it is saying that now what do we have to do? Do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So once we have set this webhook, now again I'm going to take you back to Salesmate. Here we are going to go to deals. Once we are here, let's click on plus deal. And now I'm going to create a deal over here. So let's say the title is new deal 101. Now here you have to make sure that you have created these contacts. So if I write demo, so here you can see that I've got 2 users. So I'm going to select first user. Then again here we have to create a company name. I have already created the name, which is Pabbly Connect. Now win probability is by default 10. Owner is this. Then we have an estimated close date. So let's say it is 16th of November. Now the value of this deal is 20,000. Now this the currency, then we have the pipeline, so it is sales. Now the stage, so let's say this is an extremely new deal. Otherwise you have got different stages like new, untouched, contacted, qualified, proposal presented, and in negotiation. So let's say this is a new untouched deal. What was your source? Maybe a referral. Priority, let's say it is on high priority, and the status is open. Let's click on save. So here you can see that our activity has been created, and here is your deal which has been just created. Now taking you back to Pabbly Connect, here we have to wait for the API response to be received. And yes, we have received this. These are the details. So these were the keys and the values that we had chosen. So exactly that information we have received. So once we have received this, now my next objective is to send a mail to myself or the admin informing the person about the new deal created. So I'm going to choose my next application as Gmail. Let's click on this. And the action event would be to send email. Let's click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Gmail account. So I'm going to select add new connection, then click on connect with Gmail. Now here we have to select the account. Once selected, we have to provide the authorization. So for this, I'm going to click on continue. And here you can see that the authorization has been successful, which means that Pabbly Connect is now connected with Gmail. Now, as I take you down, here we have to write the recipient's email address. Now, this is going to be a static information, which means that this email address won't change, right? Because I'm going to send it to myself or a particular person of my company. So let's say this is the email address let's say this is my email address. I want to send these mails to myself. Then as I go down, here's the sender's name. So let's say it is Pabbly Connect. Then we have the email subject. So here it's new deal alert. Now the next thing is email content type. It is plain. Now email content. So here is the email content. Hey, a new deal has been created on Salesmate. Details are. And then we have the following categories where we are going to map the information. Mapping basically means that I already have this information in the previous step. I'm just going to retrieve it here. So I'm going to click here for title. So you can see the first step that we had just created. I'm going to go here and this is the title of my deal. The next thing is source. So here we have the source. I'm going to go down, click on source. Then we have the owner. So for owner again, we are going to go here and then we have the client's name. So here is our client's name and then the client's email address. So here is our client's email address. So once we have mapped this information, then we can move ahead. Why is mapping important? Mapping is important because if I write this information manually, then every time my workflow will run and it is supposed to inculcate new data, it would not do that. It will only take the manually written data. That is why it is very important to map the information. So now if you have any particular file or attachment to be attached with your email, you can always do that. I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that we have received the API response which says that the mail has been sent to the desired email address. So now I'm going to take you to my email account. I'm going to refresh this page once. And yes, here you can see that we have received a response. Hey, a new deal has been created on Salesmate and these are the details, which basically means that my integration process is a success. But we also need to check this in real time. So I'm again going to take you to my Salesmate account and here again I'm going to create a new deal. Let's say the title here is demo deal. Then we have the contact. So again I'm going to write demo user. And then the company, so it is Pabbly Connect. Then we have the owner, so it is not going to change. Estimated close time, let's say it is 15th of November. Now the value, so let's say it is only 2000 rupees. Then we have the currency, then the pipeline stage. So let's say that it is in negotiation stage. And what is the source? It is word of mouth. Now the priority, it is just a medium priority thing and the status here is open. Let's click on save. So as we do that, here you can see that another deal has been created, right? The deal has been created, which means that by now a mail should be sent to my Gmail account informing me about the same deal creation. So now I'm going to take you to my Gmail account. Here I'm going to refresh this page. And here you can see that we have received another email and these are the details required, which basically means that we are sure that this workflow will run in real time. I hope this is very much clear to you. Let me take you back to Pabbly Connect to exactly understand the entire process. So this is an extremely easy two-step integration process where our trigger application is Salesmate and the event that we had selected was new deal. Then our action application was Gmail where the event was to send email. I hope this is very much clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow that we have just worked on in the description box. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any integration that you wish to work on, you can always share with us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.